Hi there. What can I do for you today? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I received your email a couple of days ago. You were interested in having a look at some foreclosed candy homes, correct? Okay, that's great. Well, I actually have a few that I think might be just right for you. So let me just pull everything up in the system and we'll take a look at them. I have pictures here for you as well, so you can have a look at those, and then we can go from there. How does that sound? Great. Okay. Well, let me just see here. Now, have you ever owned a candy or a gingerbread home before? No? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so rude. My name's Gretel, by the way. Sorry. I've just been so busy this morning. I guess I'm a bit scatterbrained. Okay. Now, you were looking for at least a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, right? Okay. Yeah, surprisingly, those were kind of hard to come by when I was doing the search. There were a lot of studio candy apartments, but there were very few actual houses that were any more than one room. So I had my work cut out for me when I was doing the search for them. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn the computer screen around a little bit here. There. And I'm just going to pull them up just so we can kind of have a look at each of them and get some of the details on the various properties. Now, all of these candy homes have been vacant for at least 6 months, and they're all bank owned. The great thing about candy homes is a lot of people might have an issue with the structural integrity, or might think that the second they move in, it might start to disintegrate. But the fantastic thing about them is they are all kind of magically fortified. So, I mean, they're built to last. Once an enchantress or a sorceress or a witch, whatever the case may be, crafts the candy home, I mean, they'll stand the test of time, so you don't have to worry about that. And there's also a century guarantee. So basically, for the next 100 years, it's guaranteed that that structure will be as perfect and flawless as the day you move in. So you won't have to worry about any foundational issues or structural issues of any kind. Okay. I always like to preface the conversation by saying that, just in case. Now, this first one I want to show you is actually let me get out some notes I took also. This first one I want to show you is actually, it's your traditional gingerbread house. So it's made out of 100% gingerbread, the walls at least are, and the roofing. Now, because it's a gingerbread house, as you can see in the pictures here on the computer screen, that you have your traditional trimmings, so you'll have gumdrops that line the roof tiles and that sort of thing, peppermint candy canes that line the walkway. It's just your traditional gingerbread house. And this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And as you can see from the pictures, the windows are just spectacular. They almost look like stained glass, but those are all actually spun sugar. So they've basically crafted the sugar to be in the form of a window pane. And each particular window on this home, there are 8 of them in total. They're all a different color. So as you can see, this one's lavender, and the one off to the side is teal. So they're just absolutely breathtaking. It's very hard to find a gingerbread house with spun sugar windows these days, so this is very hard to come by. The ceilings, as you can't, of course, tell from the pictures here because the pictures aren't they don't do the house justice, I don't think. I've actually seen this house. The ceilings have a marshmallow treatment, so you'll have dollops of marshmallows basically hanging from the ceiling. It's just absolutely magical. And this particular property has fondant flooring throughout. That's a tongue twister. And so in every different room is a different flavored fondant. I believe the description said something about the living room is chocolate fondant, which is a nice brown color. And then in the master bedroom you have a strawberry fondant, which is a very gorgeous soft pink. And then throughout the house you have peppermint accents. So I believe you can tell from this picture right here. Yeah, this one. All of the fixtures are made out of solid 100% peppermint. So all of the faucets, all of the doorknobs, they are all made from 100% peppermint. And oh, it gives the house a wonderfully fresh and vibrant smell. Yeah. Exactly. Now this particular home is, let me see here. It is 554 gold pieces, but we can always negotiate and have that reduced. And if you wanted to do a 10-year mortgage on that, it would only be an interest rate of 1.5%. So, yeah, I think it's a great deal. Were you looking on, you wanted to just go ahead and cover everything up front? Okay, well that's even better. Then you'll get a better deal. That's great. Okay, let's move on to the next property then. I have two others that I'd like to show you. This next property here, take another look at my notes. I know, I'm so absent-minded, it's awful. This is the baked marzipan house, and this is absolutely stunning. I think marzipan is such a gorgeous color anyway. It's that kind of soft white color, almost mixed with browns, and then throughout the entire exterior of the house you have gorgeous designs that are more of a darker brown from when they baked the marzipan, so it's absolutely stunning. And this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's been vacant, it looks like, for about a year, but they do have a property service that comes in each month and kind of makes sure everything works and cleans up everything. So it's not in disrepair in any way. Throughout the whole house, there's sugar cookie tiling, so yeah, it's more of a firmer sugar cookie. And they have chocolate fixtures, so all of the faucets, all of those kind of things, they are all chocolate, and various types of chocolate, I believe. All of the fixtures in the kitchen are white chocolate, and all of the ones in the bathroom, the 2 different bathrooms actually, are dark chocolate and milk chocolate respectively. And as you can see, I think one of the high points of this particular property that I thought was just so breathtaking was they actually have a toffee driveway. It's a 2-car driveway and a 2-car garage. And as you can see, the garage door itself is also toffee, so it's kind of more of a flowing design look rather than, yeah. Inside the home, let me see if I can find a picture of this. I thought this was quite unique too. I used to see this back in the 1850s or so, but I don't see this too much anymore. It's actually a peanut brittle wall treatment. So all throughout the home, all of the walls are covered in a very durable peanut brittle. And because it is marzipan and it can be a little crumbly at times, having that extra peanut brittle to fortify it is a great touch. So I thought that was nice. And also, an extra perk of this is all of the doorknobs have just been recently replaced, and they're all now caramel and candy apples. So, yeah, I think that's a great touch. Okay. Now that particular home is actually 625 gold pieces, but I know this particular agent that represents this property, and I'm almost certain anyway that she will be willing to negotiate that offer down. Okay, and we'll move on to the last one that I wanted to show you, and I think this is the piece de resistance in my opinion. This is the carrot cake house, and that's right, I know that this house is well known in the area. I've personally been waiting for it to come up for sale for, I don't know, maybe 75 years. Unfortunately, I just recently bought a new home, so I won't be able to get in on this, but yeah, whoever gets this house is really lucky because it's just kind of a historic landmark in the area, really. The carrot cake house, as you know, was built back in 1755 by the Great White Witch, and she just recently moved out of it about 5 years ago, and the new owners were the ones who were foreclosed upon, so unfortunately, yeah. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and right up front I'm going to tell you it's a little pricier than the other properties. It's 795 gold pieces, and I know that they won't budge on the price just because I think that's personally a steal for this property. So let me bring up the pictures. Now once again, the pictures do not do it justice. Let me see here. Okay, this is the exterior view, and as you can see, it has lollipop fencing all around the property. And you are getting half an acre of property here, and it's just gorgeous, and it backs up right against the Enchanted forest, so you have a gorgeous view in back, and no neighbors, so that's even better. And as you can see here from this view, that is a licorice-lined pool, black licorice, of course. I prefer red, so if I moved in there, I would probably switch it out to red, but yeah. And then again, this exterior view also gives you a lovely, lovely look at the cotton candy garden that's there in back. And I know for a fact that there are 5 different flavors of cotton candy in that garden, so that's just terrific. I mean, you don't see that anymore these days. Let's take a look at the interior views. As you can see all throughout the home, the inside of the home, there's peppermint bark flooring, so you have that gorgeous white with the specks of red from the peppermint. It's just absolutely stunning. And then the ceilings are all glazed sugar plum. Yeah, it's a gorgeous touch. I mean, you have the terrific deep purple of those, and then you have the wonderful white of the flooring. It's just a nice contrast. And the walls, which I love, are all just the kind of cream cheese frosting that you'd find on a carrot cake, so it's absolutely amazing. And of course they are all magically preserved, so you don't have to worry about wiping them away or, yeah. Well, as is the case with all of these enchanted candy homes, if you do accidentally, I say accidentally, but if you do decide to nibble upon anything in the home, it will immediately be replaced. That's just the way it works, so you don't have to worry about depleting the look of the home if you decide to indulge every once in a while. Okay, and I think the great thing about this home, I just wanted to point out, is all throughout there are chandeliers, and the chandeliers are actually yeah, as you can tell, they're all made from chocolate-covered strawberries. I don't know how they did it, but they managed to loop them all together. It just looks fantastic. great for a late night snack too if you ever wake up in the middle of the night. Exactly. Now, did any of those appeal to you, or did you? Okay. Well, no, that's not a problem. We can actually schedule a tour if you like. Um, oh, you have been around to see them all. Okay. Well, then that's great. Then you've kind of already seen. Okay. So you just want to go ahead and put in an offer? That's fantastic. Okay. Well, what I'm going to have you do then is I'll go ahead and create all the paperwork for you. And I'll have you come back tomorrow, actually, if you don't mind. Do you live close? Okay. Well, if not, I was going to offer to drive to you. But if you live just down the street, that's fantastic. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and draw up all the paperwork. And what offer do you think you'd like to put in as a initial bid? Okay, yeah, I think that's a great starting bid. You know, and if they want to kind of up it in the negotiations, what do you think your top, what is your absolute breaking point when it comes to the price? Okay. Okay, I'm just making some notes so I know. And you said you wouldn't need any financing for this, correct? You'd be, okay. Let me look up really quick which agent is representing that. Just double check. I think I have an idea, but I just want to see. Okay. Yeah, it's Glenda is actually the agent for that. And she's always, I know her personally, so she's always willing to negotiate. At least a little wiggle room anyway, so we'll probably get a great deal on that property for you. Okay. Well, like I said, I'll go ahead and drop all the paperwork for you, and then if you want to come back tomorrow at about 11 a.m., I'll go ahead and have that all printed out for you, and you could just make sure all the information is correct and as it should be, and then you can sign the papers and we'll go ahead and send them over by courier. Okay? All right. Well, that's fantastic. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, and I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. If you have any questions, feel free to just give me a call or send me an email. I'll be here the rest of the day, and I'll be more than happy to address any concerns that you might have or answer any questions. Okay. Well, fantastic. You have a great day. Bye.